12 signs of the zodiac are divided into 4 elements: fire, earth, air, and water. When signs are in the same element, it means they share basic traits. The 3 signs involved in the fire element are Aries the ram, Leo the lion, and Sagittarius the centaur. What these 3 have in common requires us to look at fire. And the best place to start is with fire itself. Fire is warm, quick, spontaneous, volatile, and offers light in the darkness. All of these things can be said about the fire signs. In Greek myth, Prometheus stole fire from the gods and gave it to humankind so they might have light and they might have hope. Now this is fitting because the fire signs are full of hope, faith, and a certain radiance. But if we want to explore how this element is expressed in individuals, we should begin with what makes fire tick. They view life as a sea of possibilities. They ask, what if? Why not? What's around that bend? The quickest way to shut fire down is to dampen their enthusiasm for an endless open future. You dismiss this way of looking at the future and fire won't like you at all. They'll respect you even less because this is the warrior class of signs. They're the bold and the daring. They attempt things the other elements wouldn't try. It's also known as a creative element, which boils down to spontaneity mixed with an openness that anything can happen. Think about how brazen this idea is. It believes that when this mysterious anything passes by, it will know the moment to jump. People sometimes see this propensity as a sixth sense because they size up a situation in a flash and they're usually right. And then they grow to have a lot of faith in this ability. And why wouldn't they? The fire signs are samplers. They're used to giving their impressions about everything. They're the travelers. They love other cultures and they love to go native. The idea of a tour bus turns the stomach and they'd rather not go at all. They'll take the 4-hour trip to market among the farmers with chicken feathers flying and goats. And the locals will pass the plate to Aries, Leo, and Sagittarius. They're just so open to experience, so ready to absorb the exotic, to imagine, what if this were my life? The other elements might say, is this safe? This sounds chaotic. One of the things they don't understand is how little security fire needs or wants. They don't plan for old age. They might not get old. And there's an adventure to be had. And if fire doesn't take that opportunity because of some fear of the future, they feel awful. Now here is where we can begin talking about some of fire's drawbacks. And one is their insensitivity. There is a self-centeredness, a sense of being entitled to take risks, even if their gamble could have real impact on the lives of others. And they seem irritated that nobody appreciates their specialness, their glorification of the self, the trail they just blazed. And at the bottom of all of this is a profoundly troubling set of ideas. What if life has no meaning? And what if I am insignificant? It's a radioactive thought, and it can't be overstated how much they hope this isn't true. When you see fire jumping from one form of stimulation to another, you know that they're too close to these questions for comfort. Fire hates the mundane world. They often even resent being incarnate. They'd rather be spirit. Fire, therefore, can be really out of touch with the body and the senses and even its sexuality. It doesn't like limits. And the body is the ultimate confinement. It is too high maintenance. So they keep rubbing the sticks together and they become abrasive while trying to keep the fire in the belly from snuffing out, because if that were to go away, they might as well be dead. But people keep coming around for the warmth, for the big ideas, the coattails of fire's enthusiasm, their humor, their certainty, and their everlasting vision. If they say it first and think about it later, if they'd rather beg forgiveness than ask permission, if their bombast crosses a line, they can be forgiven because they're just so grand. Thank you for watching Secrets from an Astrologer's Desk, The Elements, Fire. I'm Joy. More videos to come.